What's new, my guys? I'm going to be showing you this 5-way piston door that's right behind me here. I've seen a 3-way door before, and the idea of more ways crept into my head and burrowed deep into my brain like a mole going after a hot mole lady. So let's not keep dragging you along like a toxic middle school relationship and get right into it. Alright, here's what we're looking at. A piston door that can go straight, up, down, left, and right. So, there's your 5 directions. You can leave now if you want. If you're cooler than a wet noodle in the fridge and stuck around, here's how it works. This little panel right here is a series of copper bulbs that tells the machine which direction you want to go. No input means straight, and if you have an IQ of over 276, you can probably figure out that the up, down, left, right buttons correspond with the direction you want to go. In a nutshell, that's really all it is. It's really quite simple, as they say in the biz. So taking a closer look, the main bit is this 2x2 door. It's nothing pretty, but it gets the job done of hiding the rest of the moving parts. Speaking of which, this whole piston door can be as socially awkward as a Redditor or as extroverted as a millennial soccer mom. It's up to you. The inputs can really be moved to wherever you want them, however you want to do it. This is just one example. So, if you want to hide them or not, that's up to you. Even the 2x2 door isn't really needed if you want to see the inner machinations working all the time. So this 2x2 piston door is pretty simple, like I said. The little yellow circuit here is all it is. We've got, right here's the button, so we have a little pulse extender just to give it a little more time to run through. And we've got another button here if you want to go through the other side. And then we've got our pistons. We've got one on each side, pulling away the block and then pushing it back in. That's really all there is to that. Let's go down. So the light blue, the cyan, and the green are all the circuits going for our downwards piston door. We've got a set of pistons pulling down the first step, a double piston extender attached to some slime blocks to move the middle, and then again we have a set of pistons pulling away the third step. So if we take a look again here, there's our first step going down, our second step down, third step down, and then we have this set of pistons pulling down one and then getting pulled out to the side. So we can go all the way through. And that's all there is for down. Next up, this one just has a line of pistons pushing out these stairs, and then as you can see we have another set of pistons first pulling up our ceiling blocks and then pulling away to the side so we can get through. And as you can see here, we've got the brown and the orange lines. So we've just got a line for there, goes up, meets with the brown to do all that. Had to get a little fancy with some of the timings just to try and make them all the same, even though you don't normally see that. I just wanted to head. Going left, we have a hidden set of pistons retracting this left set of 2 blocks, and a half jeb door pulling these right blocks out and away so we can get through. As you can see through the back, our purple line here is going to be for that guy. Again, not really much. Next up is right. We don't want him to feel down and left out. We have a hidden set of pistons retracting away these right 2 blocks, and a half jeb door pulling back these left 2 blocks and away in so we can get through. And here we have a purple line showing the circuitry for that. Nothing too difficult there going on. Now you big intellectual you, might be thinking left and right are the same, aren't they? Why did he explain them twice? Why is he wasting my time? Because I could. Thanks. So let's take a look at this back door now. I had to get a little creative with this guy for a few different reasons. I wanted the size of the hallway to be like this. Pretty much, small but comfortable, and I really liked how I could hide away the pistons to move back those blocks. And with all the other redstone for the different ways, I really could not push it back any further. That's as close as I was able to get it. But, you know, I'm sure some of you redstone aficionados could make it work a little better, make it a little cleaner, of course. The main thing was that I wanted to make a contraption that moved as little blocks as possible, just because I had already spent like 5 hours on a different one that didn't work. So I just kind of wanted to be done with it. So what we have here is just really simple. Pistons are pushing out blocks into the middle, and then a double piston extender to raise up the back blocks, as you can see there. Um, so yeah, I mean it's not really too complicated. You kind of can see the pistons from the back, but you know who's going to be seeing the back, right? You're not going to, so don't worry about it. I just kind of I liked the look of this guy. It was pretty clean. Nothing too complicated. The redstone is fairly robust. So we'll just start from scratch here. You can have all four active at once, um, and nothing's gonna run into each other. The only issues I've noticed is if you spam some of them, these stairs can get out of whack, and the back door can get out of whack. But normally, I have been able to fix it just by hitting the pistons again a couple times. But when they get flipped like that, you might have to reset them manually. Let's see if we can get this one. Yeah. The bottom one is pretty easy to just keep hitting the button and it will normally go back in. But this back door, you might have to reset some blocks. So let's do that. Alright, let's see if that worked. So that's open. Now if we open it, yeah, that's all it needs. So not bad, and I really doubt people are going to be mashing buttons that hard, especially if you do have this hidden away, so it's not really something you need to worry about. And obviously, this 2x2 piston door is completely separate. So, I mean, you can just spam it as much as you want, and that doesn't do anything. Yeah, so yeah. Don't need to worry about that. But, yeah. If you're a bit more of a nerd, you can stick around for some nerdy nerd stuff. If you'd rather leave, maybe don't. So like I said, I spent hours on this build, and 99% of it was entirely my design, the only exception being double piston extenders. The extender on my downward staircase was a design from Mumbo Jumbo, and the one I used for the back door was something I found on Reddit. I'll have the links down below if you want to go check them out. If you were wondering more about the button selector, you might have followed the redstone behind it, but really all you need is a T flip-flop for each direction, and when it's active, you take that output to the corresponding direction and all the pistons and whatnot connected to that, and then to the back door, which I guess isn't even really necessary if you don't want it. But yeah, it's really simple, really easy to do, and really easy to change around how you want it. This was a huge build, and I really wanted to show a time lapse of it, so I obviously took the time to not memorize how to build it and give it a shot with Litematica. If you haven't heard of it, Litematica is a mod that you can take your builds and make a blueprint out of it, taking it to other locations in your world, or even other worlds. So I built this monstrosity in my redstone testing world, and then copied a schematic to bring to a fresh, clean world so I wouldn't have to clean my room for you all to see. I know for a fact I didn't use it to its full extent, but I just needed a simple thing to follow for the time lapse, and it worked great. If you want to learn more about it, don't look at me, bro. Go somewhere else. And to be honest, that's kind of it. I used some pretty basic redstone techniques because that's all I got. So I guess I hope that inspires all of you to try something new. So, I needed like one more minute of audio so there is an awkward silence for the rest of the video, and I don't have any cool super fast time lapse soundtracks. So yeah, uh, So, how's your day been? Mm, mm, mm. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. Uh, yeah. Um. Yeah. So, well, look at the time. I think that just about does it. That'll do it for today. Bye.